Okay, so what we have here is a horse whose feet are being worked on incrementally to be brought back into balance. She's been a rescue and been out in the pasture on her own for a long time and haven't had her feet worked on regularly. What I'm doing is bringing her toes up as her feet grow out in stages in the corrals here. As you can see, the angle is pretty good. It's getting there. But if I shift to this other foot here, let's see, wait. Okay. Right there, you can still see that the angle of her pastern above it, above the hairline there, going down the slope, right where that light is glinting off the slope of her toe on the front of her foot, you can see that it is not the same angle. And what you want is those two angles to be a straight line so that the impact point for her weight as she steps forward isn't falling right on that large pastern bone and the coffin bone underneath it. If I shift back here, you can see with this foot back, you can see that that pastern's sticking upright more, and that toe is still sticking out too much. She's got too much toe, and she probably also has a sunken heel. Like I said, if I get in really close here, I'll show you. I only have 2 nails in the hoof right now. See, there's one, and here's the other. Because my plan is to keep scooting the shoe back to, as I keep on taking off more and more hoof, toe, every couple of weeks, that is. Okay, now I'm gonna lift up this hoof and we're gonna take a look at what's going on underneath it. She should just lift it right up for me. It's something that we work on so that you don't have to jerk her foot up. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna rest it on my knee here and we can take a look at what's going on underneath here. Hey, you're all right. You're okay. That's all right. Okay, so here we have the frog in the center, the bulbs of the heels, and the shoe is in a temporary spot right now. I want to reiterate that. This is an ongoing process. Her bars here, right here on the backs, are being trimmed out, and we're trying to get a balance between the amount of toe she has and her amount of heel. Now you can see, if I zoom in close here, you can see that the frog is making contact with the ground as she walks, which is what we want, as she has some wear up here in the sole and down here in the main part of it. You can also see that the shoe is digging in on the front here where her toe makes contact first. It's kind of concave here, meaning that the toe point where she's first touching the ground is right there on her toe. Now that may or may not be just exactly where we want it in the end, but again, this is a process. And she's gonna fight me a little bit. Let me just see if I can calm her down. Oh, okay. Now the hairline here, all the way around her foot here, happens to be even and consistent. There's no uneven dips or anything like that. One thing that this horse does is she has a lateral flare. She's prone to being wide going out, and that can either be addressed through putting a wider shoe on, or possibly as she gets closer into balance, the sides of her hoof will be equally balanced as well. She's not known for having any major flares or anything like that. She does toe out a bit, which again I attribute, see that foot right there, I attribute to having been out of balance for a very long time. The way she's standing right now, you can see that toe is almost flat as a flip-flop. And again, the ground out here is really rocky and uneven, so the feet go through a lot of impact and a lot of variation. I'm going to step her forward. There, that looks better. What else? Her legs are pretty straight. She tends to have pretty good conformation, but you can see again that the angle of her pastern here, not to mention the angle of her shoulders, dang near vertical. So she definitely has a ways to go to get her back into balance. I'm trying to get her heels up and her toes in and get the whole hoof standing up more, a bit like an arch, to support her weight better. And hopefully throughout the process of shifting her on a semi-regular basis, not going crazy, but just a pretty regular basis, and just putting a few nails in because she's just here in the corral with me, hopefully we can get her more balanced and feeling better when she walks. Which she doesn't limp or anything like that, but you can tell that her feet aren't always just directly underneath her. Okay, I think that's about it, so thank you, and more soon.